Good day everyone! For today's video lesson ay itutuloy natin ang discussion tungkol sa law of cosines at i-guide ko rin kayo sa inyong assimilation and assessment problem. Ito ay para sa mga grade 9, week 7, quarter 4. Hello everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Kung bago ka pa lang sa channel ko, gumagawa ako ng mga Tagalog tutorial videos mula grade 7 hanggang grade 11. Kung interesado ka, please like, subscribe, at i-click mo na rin ang notification bell para ma-notify ka kapag may bago akong upload na video. Just keep on watching! Hello everyone! Sa nakaraang video ay itinuro ko kung paano mag-solve ng triangle using the law of cosines. Kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung part 1 and part 2, i-click nyo na lang dito sa taas or hanapin nyo na lang sa playlist natin. Okay? So, dito sa assimilation problem, answer the following accordingly. Number 1, describe the type of problems that require the law of cosines. So, na-discuss ko na to sa nakaraang video. The law of cosines allows you to solve a triangle as long as you know either of the following kapag mayroong two sides and the included angle or yung tinatawag na side angle side. Pwede natin gamitin yung law of cosines kapag mayroong two sides and the included angle or yung tinatawag na side angle side. At pwede rin gamitin ang law of cosines kapag three sides yung given or yung side side side. Okay? So, kailangan SAS siya or SSS. Number 2, can the law of cosines be used to solve any triangle for which two angles and a side are known? Explain your answer. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, kailangan dapat side angle side. Hindi pwede yung angle side side, hindi rin pwede yung side side angle. Kailangan nasa gitna yung isang angle. So, ibig sabihin, no, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin ang law of cosines kapag two angles ang given at side lang. Law of cosines can only be used if the given is an oblique triangle with SAS and SSS. Use the law of sines if two angles and a side are known. So, sabi din dito, use to solve any triangle, di ba? Pwede lang natin gamitin yung law of cosines kapag oblique triangle, hindi pwedeng any triangle. Okay? Sa law of sines naman, oblique triangle din, pero two angles and side ay pwede kapag law of sines. Okay? Number 3, can you cite real-life examples of law of cosines? Describe how you can apply the law of cosines in that situation. Give at least two situations. Dito sa example ko, a bird is sitting on the top of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It is spot some foot 20 feet away from the base of the tower. How far will the bird have to fly if the Leaning Tower of Pisa is 183.27 feet tall and leans at an angle of 4 degrees? Ito yung bird, tapos yung foot daw is 20 feet away from the tower. So, how far will the bird have to fly if the Leaning Tower of Pisa is, ito, 183.27 naman. So, ang hanapin dito ay itong side na to. Let's say, angle A ito, angle B ito, at angle C. So, ang pwede natin gamitin na formula dito ay C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2 times A times B cosine C. Okay? So, ito yung pwede natin gamitin. Another situation is, a surveyor wishes to find the distance between two inaccessible points A and B on opposite side of a lake. While standing at point C, she finds that AC equals 259 meters, BC equals 423 meters, and angle ACB measures 132 degrees 40 minutes. Find the distance AB. So, ito yung given na triangle. Ang ginamit dito na information is side, angle, side. Let's say A ito, C ito, at B ito. Then, ang hanapin natin is kung ano yung distance ng AB. So, ang gagamitin pa rin nating formula is ganito pa rin kasi C yung hinahanap natin. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2 times AB times cosine C. Okay? Now, let us try to answer the assessment problem number 1. Solve the following triangles round to the nearest cent. So, dito sa number 1 problem, meron tayong given na Itong side na to is 8, tapos ito naman ay 5, tapos yung included angle ay 125 degrees. So, di ba kapag C ito, ibig sabihin, yung angle na to ay angle C. Kasi yung katapat niya, yun yung angle niya. So, ito ay A, tapos ito naman ay B. Kasi katapat nung angle B. Yan. Tapos ito A. Tapos ito B. Para mahanap natin yung side C, ang gagamitin nating formula is ito. C squared equals yung dalawang side, tapos minus 2 times yung dalawang side, times yung cosine, then yung hahanapin natin na side. So, ganyan ang pagkuha, diba? Substitute the values equal to 5 squared plus 80 squared minus 2 times 5 times 8 times cosine 125 degrees. Now, simplify. 5 squared equals 25. 80 squared equals 64 minus 2 times 5 times 8 equals 80 times cosine 125 degrees. Then, simplify natin to. 25 plus 64 equals 89 minus the value of 80 times cosine 125 equals negative 45 point. Ito, ilalagay muna natin lahat yung mga values para sa ganun ay mas sakto yung makukuha nating sagot. So, magiging plus na ito. Kasi minus to negative equals positive. Kaya 89 plus 45.88. Then, simplify 89 plus 45.88 or pwede ninyong idiretso, i-plus nyo na lang sa 89. That would be equal to 124.88. Para makuha natin yung value ng C, kunin muna natin yung square root, both sides. Makakancel ito. Siyempre, ang matitira na lang ay C. And then, get the square root of these numbers. And that would be equal to approximately 11.6. Kasi round to the nearest 10. Okay? So, the value of side C is approximately 11.6. So, kung gusto ninyong maging sakto talaga yung sagot ninyo, ganito yung gawin ninyo. Kukunin nyo lahat yung value ng lumabas sa calculator. O kaya naman, pwede ninyong idiretso na lang. So, meron na tayong side C. Pwede na nating makuha yung angle B. So, that is sin B over yung side B naman ay 8 equals sin 125 over 11.6. Then, cross multiply, that would be 11.6 times sin B equals 8 times sin 125. Then, simplify para makuha natin yung sin B dito, i-divide natin both sides by 11.6. So, madi-divide ito, then makakancel ito, ang matitira na lang ay sin B equals 8 times sin 125 over 11.6. And then, simplify natin to, 8 times sin 125, mag-equal palagi, then divide it by 11.6, that would be equal to 0.56493244443. And then, para makuha natin yung angle B, kailangan natin kunin yung inverse sign ng value na to or kaya naman yung arc sign niya. So, ang gagawin lang natin is to press shift tapos sign. Then, pwede ninyong ilagay answer para magdiretso na siya. That would be equal to 34.4. Okay? So, meron na tayong angle B, meron ding angle C, pwede na nating makuha yung angle A, and that is 180 minus 125, ito yung angle C, plus 34.4 na angle B. Simplify ito, that would be equal to 159.4, and 180 minus 159.4 equals 20.6. So, ganyan ang pagsagot sa number 1. Now, number 2 naman, so ang given naman dito ay tatlong sides. So, ito ay side B, ito naman ay side A, at ito naman yung side C. So, ang rule natin dito, kailangan nating unahin yung pinakamalaking angle. Since hindi natin alam kung ano yung pinakamalaking angle, mag-base tayo dito sa mga sides based on Hinds theorem. Based on Hinds theorem, it states that the larger the side, the larger the angle. So, alin dito ang pinakamalaking side? That is side B. Ibig sabihin, kukunin muna natin yung angle B or cosine B equals A squared plus C squared minus B squared over 2 times A times C. And substitute the values. A is 3, plus ang C naman ay 5 minus ang B naman is 7 over 2 times 3 times 5. Then simplify. 3 times 3 equals 9. Then 5 times 5 equals 25. Minus 7 squared equals 49. All over 2 times 3 times 5 equals 30. And then simplify. 9 plus 5 minus 49 equals negative 15 over 30. And negative 15 over 30 equals negative 0.5. Para makuha natin yung value ng angle B, kailangan natin kunin yung inverse cosine naman. So, shift, tapos cosine, then input natin yung negative 0.5, that would be equal to 120 or approximately 120 degrees. Okay? Next, kunin natin yung measurement ng angle A. Sine, tapos 120 degrees over B is 7 equals sine A over 3. Then, cross multiply. That would be 7 times sine A equals 3 times sine 120 degrees. Then, para makuha natin yung sine A, i-divide natin both sides by 7. Para makancel yung 7 dito. So, dito dapat yon. Ang matitira na lang ay sine A equals 3 times sine 120 over 7. Using your calculator, that would be 3 times sine 120. Then, mag-equal palagi, divided by 7 equals, yan, 0.371153745 values. Para makuha naman yung angle A, kailangan natin kunin yung inverse sine ng 0.3, then hanggang 5. Or, pindutin nyo lang yung shift, sine, tapos answer, equals 21.8 degrees by rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay? So, pwedeng ganun. Basta dire-diretso nyo lang para mapindot nyo yung answer. Meron na tayong angle A, meron ng angle B. Pwede na nating makuha yung angle C dapat to. So, this is angle C. And that is 180 minus 120 plus 21.8. That would be equal to 180 minus 141.8 is equal to 38.2. So the measurement of angle A is 21.8 degrees. The measurement of angle B equals 120 degrees. And ang measurement naman ng angle C ay 38.2 degrees. So dito sa number 3, meron tayong given na side, tapos angle, tapos side. So ang hanapin natin is yung measurement ng angle A, measurement ng angle B at yung side C. So, ang una muna nating sasagutan ay yung measurement ng side C. And that is C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times cosine C. By substitution, 9 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 times 9 times 9 times cosine, ang angle C natin is 115 degrees. Then, simplify, 9 squared equals 81 plus 81 minus 2 times 81 equals 162 times cosine 115. And then simplify, 81 plus 81 equals 162 minus ang value ng 162 times cosine 115 equals negative 68.464158. So magiging positive ito kasi minus times negative equals positive. And then add 162 plus 68 point something equals 230.4641584. Kailangan lang natin kunin yung square root ng both sides. So, kunin natin yung square root na to para matanggal yan. Then, square root din nito. And that would be equal to approximately 15.2. Or pwede ninyong pindutin sa calculator ninyo yung may square root dyan. Tapos, answer. Lalabas na yung sagot. Okay? Now, meron tayong side C, pwede na nating makuha yung angle B. So, pwede na nating makuha yung angle B. That is, sin B over B equals sin C over C using the law of sines. By substitution, that is, sin B over 9 equals sin 115 over 15.2. And then, cross multiply, that would be 15.2 times sin B is equal to 9 times sin 115. And then, para makuha yung sin B, divide natin both sides by 15.2 para makancel ito. At ang matitira na lang ay sin B equals 9 times sine 115 degrees over 15.2. Then, using your calculator, simplify natin to. 9 times sine 115 over 15.2 equals 0.53, then something. Then, para makuha natin yung angle B, kailangan natin kunin yung inverse sine ng value na to. At ang makukuhang sagot ay 32.5. So, the measurement of angle B is 32.5. Ngayon, meron ng angle C, meron ng angle B, pwede na natin makuha yung angle A. 180 minus yung angle C, that is 115. Plus yung angle B naman ay 32.5, that would be equal to 147.5. Subtract natin from 180, that would be equal to 32.5. Okay? So, the measurement of angle A and angle B is 32.5. Bakit? Kasi the same yung side AC at BC. Same to. So, meaning, ang type na triangle na to ay isosceles triangle. Okay? So, nasundan ninyo. Abangan ninyo yung susunod na video kasi masyado nang mahaba. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Sana marami kayong natutunan sa video na to. Kung meron kayong mga katanungan or clarifications, just comment down below. At kung nagustuhan ninyo ang video na to, please like, subscribe, at i-share nyo na rin sa mga classmates ninyo. Once again, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, at mag-aral ng mabuti. God bless you all and goodbye!